Greetings, friends. Happy Leo full moon and happy lunar eclipse. This video has a couple of departures from my normal format, which I'm looking forward to talking to you about because it's part of this eclipse energy. And first of all, I'm obviously all bundled up today, and that's part of the message. And I'll be sharing the reasons for that later on because it's part of what I'm learning and what I'm working with. And then also I'm coming to you after the eclipse, and that's because we had a super special and big weekend at Mystery School, and so I'm now getting the message to you. The eclipse was Sunday, January 20th at 9:29 p.m. Pacific time, and I'm coming to you on Monday and midday. The eclipse energy is so powerful and potentially life-changing, and it will be with us for several weeks to come. So this message is absolutely not late, and my intention is that it will come to you with perfect timing for your own life. And another departure from my usual format is I'm going to bring this eclipse message in two parts. And I'm going to start today with a general signature, and then I'll bring forward the tarot reading tomorrow. Because I'd first like to share with you what I've been learning and what I've been sitting with over the last few days, based on what I know about the eclipse energy, what I know about the astrology chart for this particular Leo full moon, and then what I've been receiving in my own meditations in my personal life, and also from the planetary signature that I've been exploring. First, I'd like to just say a little bit about the signature of the Leo full moon, and we can learn a little bit about the Leo moon from the card, from the tarot card for Leo, which is lust or strength. It's also called in other decks. And this card shows the quality of Leo's inner fire and the glory and lust and luster of the quality of the strength of the fire of the heart, and the fire of creativity, and the fire of willpower, and the desire to fully show up for your life, and the exuberance and the beauty and the radiance of the truth of who you are and who we are. So every year I look forward to the Leo full moon because of this quality of the stepping into the beauty and truth of who we really are, and the way this moon supports that. And then whenever we have a Leo full moon, the sun is in Aquarius. And so this is a significant part of this eclipse, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. But in general, the signature of Aquarius is about our expansion into the consciousness of light, and a more expanded global awareness of who we are and what it means to truly be part of a community. And so we are expanding now as a global family into the age of Aquarius, which is an age of new understanding and awareness of connection and what it means to truly live in the light. So I think of both Leo and Aquarius as signatures of light. And that's what is really available to us in really special ways with this eclipse energy. A lunar eclipse happens when, at a full moon, when the Earth casts a shadow on the moon. When the Earth comes directly between the sun and moon, the sun is shining on the moon, illuminating the moon, and then the Earth comes directly between the two and casts a shadow. And those of us living in many parts of the world were able to actually witness the lunar eclipse last night, and it was so beautiful. And there's a quality of beauty, deep beauty, and reverence, and mystery and magic also associated with this particular eclipse. And those of us who are fortunate enough to see it could also really feel that on a deep level. So a lunar eclipse, when the moon casts a shadow, when the Earth casts a shadow on the moon, what happens is the moon is temporarily cut off from the sun, and the moon is the regulator of the sun's light for us here on Earth. So the moon governs, in the same way the moon governs the tides, the moon governs all rhythms of growth and all cycles of growth and all patterns of growth and change and evolution through time for us and for the earth and also for each of us personally. So during a lunar eclipse, something really special happens. And during those minutes last night, when the moon was cut off from the sun's light, there was a temporary suspension of normal signatures of time and normal signatures of how events unfold here. And what happens at that moment is a portal opens, a vortex opens at that point in the sky, at that activation point, and we are allowed to receive energies of quantum expansion, the possibilities for making leaps of growth beyond what is normally possible. So it opens new potentials for us, especially when we are able to be present and receive those opportunities. So I'm going to say a little bit today about the signature, the general signature, and what I've been receiving in meditation about this powerful eclipse. First of all, I'm going to share a little bit about the astrology because it's also really powerful. And I'm sharing the signature from Stephen Schroyer's article, and you can check more about that at seattleastrology.org. What Stephen shared and shared in his analysis of the chart is the fact that Leo is at the eclipse was at 1 degree Leo. The moon was at 1 degree Leo and the sun was at 1 degree Aquarius. And so not only is this a powerful activation of these two qualities of light, of the inner fire, our inner fire in Leo, and our expanded awareness in Aquarius, it's also a huge threshold initiation because it's unusual to have an eclipse at the 1 degree point of any zodiac sign. So there's an initiation opportunity of the foundational energies of light and what it means to receive an initiation of light, both within and without. And so the way Steve summarized it is this is a bridge of light, of heart and mind. This eclipse is enabling us to unite our heart and our mind in new ways, in new foundational, basic ways. And the bridge to heart and mind is through the planet Uranus in astrology. And in Tarot, we work with the Fool card as that planet. Uranus rules Aquarius. It also holds particularly significant place in the astrology chart. And what we have the opportunity to step into here is a new appreciation for unlimited potential and new beginnings and freedom and a quality of trust and fearlessness that enables us to embrace possibility. So that's what I'm really feeling, and what I'd like to share with you today is this possibility we have now to expand beyond our own fears of change and really embrace our connection to the light and the way in which we are supported in every moment to expand into something new. So as I have been meditating on this, yesterday morning before our workshop, I sat in meditation and I asked for a message for the eclipse and a message for all of us and the of what is possible, how I can show up. And what I received was this reminder. And it's a basic message of a basic principle of how the universe works. And we're going to learn this at a deep level and receive it at a deep level. And the message is that no matter what is happening in our life, the source within us, the light within us, is always feeling good. The source within us is always feeling good, is always connected. The source within us is always in a good place. So whenever we don't feel connected or whenever we don't feel good, it is simply a signal that we are out of alignment with the source within us. It's always happy, always in line, always on point. Our light, in other words, the light of our heart and the light of our mind is always happy, is always fine, is always good. So if the source within us always feels good, and we are in a quantum place now of receiving this union of heart and mind, then there will be new opportunities for each of us to anchor that basic principle and expand our own visions of possibility and participate in the momentum that's available. So the piece I'd like to share today around this key idea is the understanding that our higher selves who help us with our bridge to the light, our higher selves always embrace adventure through the change and the circumstances in our life. So your higher self embraces the opportunities that show up in your life, no matter how big the challenge, because every challenge that shows up is building muscles, and it's an opportunity for new adventure and new excitement. That's one of the teachings of the Fool, is the ability to embrace adventure and possibility. And that isn't always easy for us on a personal level, because challenges can be scary, they can be really uncomfortable, they can be painful, and that's real. That's not to minimize the challenges we face as a person, in our personal lives, and how it can be confusing and difficult and hard to show up for circumstances that unfold. The principle here, the fact that the source within us always feels good, is that the more we can come back into alignment with our natural connection to the light, the more we can experience and receive guidance in the moment to learn the opportunities within every circumstance. So the way an example that I like to work with in my personal life in understanding this is to think of something that I personally like to do that's really hard and actually is physically challenging and physically uncomfortable, and that I still love to do. And for me, that is climbing mountains. I love to climb mountains, and it is so exhilarating. It's one of my favorite things that in an odd way, the more challenging and painful it is, I just don't mind the challenge and the pain. Whereas other forms of exercise that are much shorter and briefer and less uncomfortable are not fun for me. But for whatever reason, I love so much to be in the mountains, and I love to climb mountains, that in those moments I can enjoy actually the physical discomfort that's involved and really feel the adventure of it and be really, really happy at the same time I'm physically uncomfortable. This is an example of an activity that is exhilarating to me. And so this is how a way I understand what my higher self enjoys about challenges that I might not be enjoying. And so I invite you yourself to understand this principle, to think of an activity that you love to do, whether it's physical or mental or emotional, that that has to do with some kind of challenge that is actually invigorating to do to you. And that might help you also understand this principle of how challenge works in this world. We're here to learn through our adventures, through our circumstances. And the more we are able to expand into our own light and return to light when we're out of balance, the more we are able to continue to build momentum and to continue to expand and heal and grow and realize more and more the potential that we are personally here for. So the Fool, the Fool as the embracer of unlimited possibility is available to you, the Fool within you who embraces the unknown and is brave and strong and courageous and eager and creative. That quality of you have access to now in new ways in the coming days. So the part of the story of why I am all dressed this way today is an example of something. I just want to share what I've learned just today, last night, and the last couple of days from this teaching. My furnace broke a couple of days ago, and all of a sudden in the evening, it started making this suddenly made a terrible grinding noise. And then the grinding noise continued, but the furnace stopped working. And whenever I turned it on, it would just have this terrible grinding noise. So obviously there's something wrong with the motor. And I don't know if it's something small or something big. They're coming this afternoon to fix it. And that's amazing and wonderful. The reason I'm sharing this story and why I decided to just do the video all bundled up, it's about 45 degrees in my house right now, is because this is a teaching moment for me personally. Because a habit of mine would be to worry about how serious this event could be, and also feel uncomfortable about having the house be so cold today when I had things to do. And what I found myself doing quite easily, actually, with this teaching was realize that this what is an adventure, that I can hold space for whatever is going to unfold with the fixing of my furnace, and that no matter what happens, it will all be good, and that I have nothing to worry about. It's just something unexpected. And so I actually had fun today getting up and getting all dressed up, bundled to be outside and being in my house. And the appointment of getting the furnace fixed was moved up, and they're able to come any minute now. And I'm sharing all this because this is a small detail in the scope of my larger life. However, in the moment, it could have caused stress just because of my own patterns. And I found myself easily working with this principle of just remembering that the source in me loves every adventure and every circumstance. It just helped me stay really present and really lose no energy over my own old habits and patterns of stress. So pay attention to every circumstance in your life. Know that they show up as opportunities for us to be present, and hold compassion for yourself and others. Be patient. This isn't easy. I'm not saying that everything is simple. I'm saying that we have the opportunity to expand and grow and learn through every circumstance more of who we are. And the more we can show up for the circumstance, ask for help, receive support, the more we can feel the infinite support that's always available, and then the more we can receive it. So thanks for being available for today's message. I wish you just a really grand adventure in the coming days. The specific signature of the eclipse portal, it will be open until the moon returns to 1 Leo in about a little over 3.5 weeks. The effects I am feeling will carry forward throughout our lifetime. The more we can show up for the magic of every moment in every day, the more we will receive the support and the love and the kindness and the grace that's available to us. And the more we'll be able to hold each other. The only way this works now for us to expand into this Aquarian age is for us to more and more and more connect to the support that's available to us with each other. So hold space for yourself, hold space for your friends, and let's have a great adventure. I'll be in touch again soon with the tarot spread for the eclipse that gives some more specific guidance and insights into how we can really maximize these potentials. This is Elizabeth Schermer and the Alchemy Mystery School with a Leo full moon lunar eclipse message. Have a great day.